Welcome back, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone had a good week. I think I would rate mine a 7 out of 10. Nothing horrible, but nothing super great and fantastic on my end necessarily. This is my first week finishing up my new position at work. Um, so that was good. I like the transition. It's been a great new role for me. This weekend I will be traveling back to the Mitten State. My cousin is graduating. Super proud of her, super excited for her, and I will be going back home. Usually when I go home, I'm just like staying with my parents, doing things with them, going out with them, and I always love to see them, but um this time will be fun because I get to see more of my family. I miss my grandma. I get to see my aunt, uncle, obviously my cousins. She's graduating, so excited to see all of them, extended family as well at the graduation party. But I know I'm missing out on like a couple holidays and stuff. I haven't gotten to see my immediate close family a lot, so it'll be nice. It'll be nice to see everyone and have some crazy stories from them as well. I did, yes, finally get my hair done. I will say, like I mentioned, not Port Huron pricing, but I'm here for it. I love the job that she did. I chickened out of the cut that I wanted, and I don't really know how to describe the style and cut, but I did just end up going with the color. So not anything as new and crazy as I thought it was gonna be, but obviously needed the highlighting. So I was here for that. The salon was super cute in kind of like the outer downtown Cincinnati area. Loved the girl who did my hair. She was awesome. I loved getting to be in like a new salon experience. And you guys know, for the people who get their hair treated, colored, highlighted, whatever it may be, you know that part when you like sit with all the foils in your hair under the like hair dryer thing? She didn't do that for me. And I'm low key hoping, like, if I stay going to her, that maybe in some way that helps my hair a little bit, if that makes sense, of not having like the direct heat on like the foils and the color. I don't know if there's two ways to do it, like, in terms of if you can like ask not to. I know nothing about hair, absolutely nothing. But I was so happy she didn't do that. First of all, that's like my least favorite part about getting my hair done. It's just having to sit under there in the heat. Not a fan. So the fact that she didn't do that, I was like, "Oh, is this allowed? Are we are we breaking hair rules?" I don't know, but maybe not having that much heat, like I said, will help my hair a little bit. Cause I've been seeing some like breakage, but I don't know if it's from coloring or straightening. I don't blow dry my hair, so really the only heat is straightening it every day. And I've only been coloring it for, I don't know, a couple years. I don't know. Maybe that's probably what damages it. Whatever. But while I was getting my hair done, she complimented my eyelashes and she was like, "You really need to go see my girl. She does eyelash." Fuck, you guys, I know nothing. It wasn't eyelash extensions, or was it? It was something different than like what you do to get fill-ins. No, I don't even know why I brought this up because I literally don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's something I wanted to look into because she said, we were just talking about after she complimented my eyelashes. I was like, I struggle finding a good, like, quality mascara that I like. So then I end up just buying shit ones because why am I paying $35 for a tube of mascara that's not doing anything that I want it to? All it's doing is making my eyelashes darker, which is the same shit a $12 bottle does. And I was like thinking about that, talking to her about that, and how sometimes mascara can like irritate my eyelids. I don't know, like sometimes when I take my mascara off at night or something happens throughout the day, my eyelids can get like puffy and kind of there'll be like sometimes this like red. I don't know, maybe I'm allergic to it, but I was telling her about that as well. She was like, "No, you definitely need to go there, get these done." So I was looking into that. I would love to get that done. Takes one step out of my morning having to put mascara on as I you guys, when I tell you that in the morning I wake up the exact second I need to speed get ready and leave. I will sleep until the very, very, very moment that I need to get up, and then I'm usually in a panic, getting ready, doing my hair as fast as I can. Thankfully, my hair is just already naturally straight, so some mornings it's just like a quick with a straightener. I'm like fucking throwing makeup on. Mascara usually, unfortunately, sometimes will take the longest because I'm trying to get it on right, and you gotta do like the multiple layers and whatever. So I was like, hey, you know what? Anything that helps me get another couple extra seconds of sleep, I will pay for it. I will take. Put those fake bushes on, the extensions, whatever the fuck they are that she told me, put them on. If it takes out me having to put on mascara and battle with that each morning, great. I'm here for that. I love it. But anyway, that was my salon experience. I want extensions so bad, and this comes from being obsessed with Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Like finishing these fucking seasons in like days and already being manic about when other episodes come out. And I like reality TV, but I feel like I'm very specific about what reality TV shows I watch. Like for example, I'm here for Jersey Shore, Bad Girls Club. I am absolutely here for some of like the dating reality TV shows, some of them. Like Love is Blind is not for me. I don't like that one. The Bachelor slash Bachelorette, I will never fucking watch. I think that shit is so dumb. But some of the other ones I'm here for like the fake drama in. So many reality TV show stars have exposed how fake their shows are, so I can't even like look into it anymore as reality TV. I just look at it as like an extra dramatic TV show. And I am Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is like my guilty pleasure show. I will watch the shit out of it. I love those girls. And seeing how their hair is just so like great. So like oh my god. I fucking want hella extensions in my hair. And I was asking her, my stylist, about that as well. And then I'm looking at the prices. And then I'm looking at the upkeep. I told her, I was like, can you explain extensions? And she was like, oh, you get them in. And then, like, usually 4 to 6 weeks, you have to move them up. You move them up twice. And then you have to get them redone and doing all this. I was like, maybe extensions aren't for me. Because this took me like 8 months to get in. Not quite 8 months, but a fucking while to get in to even highlight. There's no way I could keep up with extensions, financially or time wise. I would be looking like a fucking mess with extensions in because I wouldn't get them adjusted how they needed to in the appropriate amount of time, and people would be like, "What the fuck is in your hair?" So anyway, I will not be getting extensions, but something future thinking. If you haven't, I don't know, if you couldn't tell already, this episode, I was like trying to really, really think of what direction I wanted to take this episode and what kind of topics I wanted to discuss, or if there was something fun I wanted to do for it, like how I've been doing the anonymous questions or the confessions. And because I was so unsure, but then I'm also thinking about kind of like everything I've done for the past couple episodes, I was like, I kind of want just like a random talk session. Just talk about shit that's on my mind, that's happening, random thoughts that pop in, and just kind of see if I'm able to carry a podcast episode by not necessarily planning, but just like discussing things. So that's kind of the route we're going for this one. and I wanted to start. I guess there will be like a couple mental health related topics in here, but just kind of going off of whatever is popping up in my brain for this one. First thing being, my car right now is absolutely unacceptable for two separate reasons. One, I got a recall letter in the mail when I first moved down here, so probably like end of November, that was like, if your car is experiencing this, this, and this, your engine is being recalled. You have to come in, get it looked at. And my car was experiencing all those things. And so I was like, perfect. I thought, because, for a recall, when they go in, they have to fix that shit for you. And when those kind of like little things started happening with my car, I was like, damn, I am going to have to drop thousands on this fucking car again. I just had to buy 4 fucking new tires a couple months ago, and I'm gonna have to go through another huge car purchase because when something happens to your fucking car, it is never a cheap fix. It is always hella fucking expensive. So I'm like, I don't have the money for that. I'm just gonna push through. And then the recall letter came. And I'm like, wow, great. But because my life was such a whirlwind from like basically November to March, well, realistically November to now, but the past 2 to 4 weeks have gotten better. But I just completely disregarded it. I was like, I don't have time. I worked every other Saturday. I was going home some weekends. Some weekends my parents were coming here. I was exhausted every day after work, and by the time I got out of work, they weren't even like, the dealership wasn't even open for appointments. So it just got delayed. Per usual, me delaying something is now coming into a little bit of regret because all the things that have been going wrong with my car beforehand are now like magnified times 100. So something's not connecting right when I go to like, my car will start just fine, but when I put it in drive, something's not connecting to like get me to move. So when I hit the gas, it's just like, "Roar, roar, roar," like it just revs, and it like takes a couple like huge, like I'm talking pedal to the fucking floor, and it still is just revving, revving, revving. And like not your speedometer, but the other wheel, that has like in red the numbers like 6, 7, 8, and you're supposed to kind of stay within like 3 and 4 depending on how fast you're going. But that wheel will be like whoa, 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 and my car just won't move for like a couple seconds, and then finally it does. But then it like as I'm starting to drive, it'll like stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. And then it'll be fine, and then it'll move. Not only is that annoying, but I got fucking stuck. One of my favorite spots to go for walks or to just literally sit on the fucking bench and look at the Cincinnati skyline is this cute little Overlook Park area, in off of like the Covington, Kentucky area. And in order to get into the parking lot of the lookout area, you go down this hill, and then you like do a little turn, and then you park. Well, my brain apparently wasn't thinking that if my car already is struggling to go on flat fucking cement, why I thought parking down a hill was great. You guys, I am so embarrassed. It was so embarrassing. When I went to leave, I couldn't get it to start or go. Like I said, it doesn't have an issue starting. But once I got it started and I backed out and I went to turn, I could not get my car to go. And this is a busy area, you guys. Like, there's people walking around, there's people at the lookout, and then of fucking course, because it's my luck, there's a car also trying to leave, like behind me. And you can just hear my car like revving. Like you could probably hear it a mile away. Roar, roar. And I could not get it to go up this hill. I literally put it in park and just had to like sit there for a second. And I was like, do I put it in reverse back into a parking spot and just walk 7 miles back home and then walk to work in the morning because I really don't want to deal with this? Or do I give it one one last stomp? And that's what I did. So I was like, damn, I just walked a couple miles, walking 7 miles home on the expressway. Doesn't seem like a me thing to do. So I just stomped on the pedal as hard as I could, and my car jerked like 3 times. And now I'm extra embarrassed because you can hear the wheels like screeching on the cement. And then it got me up the hill. And I was like, wow, I'm literally never going here again. I'm never showing my face here again. That was as if any of those people even know me, but that's just how my mind works. Like, next time they're gonna recognize my car and be like, oh, here comes the fucking bitch that has no engine. The little engine that can't. The little engine that can't is the name of my car right now because she can't. And I feel bad. I'm gonna help her. I also love that I told that entire car story after I said that I was going home this weekend. So we're gonna hope the girl makes it through a 5 hour drive. But like I said, once it gets going, it's fine. It's just those first initial seconds, she's a little nervous right now. So I need to get that fixed like soon because I actually could get myself stuck in a really bad situation or altogether my car is just not going to start anymore. Second reason my car is a disaster is the inside of my car. I, for the life of me, do not know why I think it's acceptable for my car to constantly look like I live in it. There are clothes, there are shoes, there's my golf bag, there's wrappers, there's mail, there's I think a blanket. There's Elliot's stuff in there still from when I thought I was gonna be having him down here with me. Sad. I'm so sad about that. One day he will be. So I have like his empty like litter boxes back there still. Like there's like a thing of napkins in my trunk. I don't know. I don't know why I do that. But I started to put into effect one thing that last year my therapist and I were really working a lot on, and I learned this saying to what I'm about to explain is how to eat an elephant. Learned that from a good friend. I didn't know that that was what it's actually called, what my therapist was doing, but it's basically saying you don't eat an elephant whole, you have to eat it piece by piece. And that's kind of how my therapist describes dealing with ADHD paralysis because when my car gets to a certain point like this, it's so overwhelming to clean that I just won't do it. Same with my apartment. If my apartment gets to a certain point of me just being kind of in like a mental episode, not really doing much with it for like a week, and then, I have like a burst of, wow, this needs to be cleaned. And I look around and I'm like, but there's so much to do that I'm not going to do it still. Same way with my car. So the concept of how to eat an elephant, applying it to my car is like every time I get out of my car, whether it's coming home for lunch, coming home from work, coming home from the store, coming home from the gym, you take something out. One thing. Just take one thing. Make your mind take one thing. Whether that one thing is a shirt, an empty wrapper, a piece of mail, a fucking nickel in the cup holder, like anything. Take one thing in each time so that it's not overwhelming. And I have to do that for my apartment too. Like if it's getting too much for me, I'll look at my living room one night and I'll be like, do 3 things to the living room. Whether it's something simple like wiping off my coffee table, whether it's vacuuming. And when I tell you that like vacuuming like a spot, like sometimes I live in like a what, 200 square foot apartment. Vacuuming the whole thing can seem overwhelming sometimes when you get into those ADHD paralysis grooves. So I'll have like one section that I'll vacuum. I will wipe off my coffee table and I will put 2 things away into the kitchen that should not have been left in the living room. And breaking things up like that is extremely, extremely, extremely helpful. So I definitely recommend if you ever find yourself in that same situation where you're just looking at a project or cleaning or tasks or anything, how to eat an elephant. I greatly recommend You just have to like mentally hit the start button on that though, because obviously my car is now to a point where I was like, I need to do something. So I've started implementing that method. Like today when I got home, I took in a hanger. Why was it in there? I don't know, but I took it out and now it's in its place in its closet. Tomorrow when I go into work and get out of my car, I'm going to take in a wrapper because there's trash cans. So things like that. So yeah, it takes a lot longer to do than sitting there and doing it in a couple hours. But again, those of you who know the mental health struggle know that doing those bigger tasks is so daunting that they will never get done if you don't break it up. Telling me to go to the corner car wash and spend 40 minutes deep cleaning and vacuuming and throwing trash out and organizing things to take back into my apartment literally shoot me in the face. I would never do that. That is so daunting. That is so much. That is so chaotic to me that you have to break things up into smaller steps in order for me to accomplish something. So I'm hoping in 2 weeks my car will look great on the inside. Once I have everything out, then I'll take it somewhere to have my one task that day be to vacuum. And maybe the next day have the next task to be like kind of wipe down my dashboard area and things like that. But for now, we're taking it step by step. Tomorrow might be a shirt, might be a shoe. Who knows? That's the fun of it. What am I going to say? No, it's not fun dealing with this. But what am I going to take in tomorrow? A shoe? A book? One napkin? Not the whole pack. You can't take the whole pack in. You got to do one napkin at a time. Also, kind of going off the mental health train, one thing that I'm looking for down here, I had an appointment at my dermatologist back in December. I scheduled it, but then obviously I moved in November, so I couldn't go through with it because I couldn't just take like 2 days off to come home in December, my first month of working, just for this appointment. But I want to get microneedling done. And I know from the consultation I had at my dermatologist that it's really not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. Do I have tons of extra cash to be doing this? No, but it's something I can like save up for because it's something I really, really want done. When you look up like the number one kind of traits for OCD and other mental health situations in that family, picking is huge. Whether you pick at nails, pick at hair, pick at whatever, in skin picking is like number fucking one. Google it right now. One of the biggest OCD traits. Obviously, it's already something I knew that I struggled with through my psychiatrist and therapist. And this is like a very, I wouldn't say it's very vulnerable because it's, I don't know, maybe something I've brought up to some of my friends before. I know I talk about it with my mom a lot. But I struggle with leaving my face alone. I already have extremely sensitive skin and I have to use like only Clinique to wash my face, my foundation, my powder, other little bit of makeup things have to be Clinique. If I even like try sometimes a different blush, it fucks up my skin. And so I have to be like extremely, extremely careful with it at all times. And it's annoying because, first of all, Clinique's expensive. So having Clinique products, I have to have 4 Clinique products to wash my face. And I have a bare minimum at any time of 3 Clinique products to use for makeup. And that shit adds up. Oh, actually, you can make that 5 because of my 2 moisturizers are Clinique as well. But because I don't leave my face alone, I've slightly gotten better, but sometimes no. I can be in the mirror. I'm not even kidding you guys for like 45 minutes and will inspect every individual pore. And messing with your skin, it just makes the pores bigger. It makes marks on your face. It is miserable because it's one of those things that you like just kind of like how addiction works, how I talked about kind of in the prologue. When you're addicted to something, it's not fun to continuously do that. You don't love doing it. It's like a imbalance in your brain that's like overriding your correct judgment of what to do. And it's the same way with the with the OCD picking. And I get, oh my god, after I'm like kind of like zoned back out, like I'm zoned in, locked in the mirror, inspecting my face, fucking with my face, messing with my face for so long, and then I kind of zone back out for a second, and I'm like upset. I'm so upset because then I look and I'm like, look, you dumb fucking bitch. Look at what you just did. You went 3 days in a row without touching your face. It was starting to clear up. It was starting to look good. And now 40 minutes tonight, and you just brought us way back to square one. Now I have red marks. Now I have skin peeling. Now I have pores the size of fucking Jupiter. And it's like, oh, it is so frustrating. It is, oh my God, it is immensely frustrating. And this is one thing that, like, I have not found a coping mechanism, I guess you would call it. I haven't found one for this. Fidgets don't work. Like those gel fidgets that you can like pop or whatever. That shit doesn't work for me, unfortunately. Ow. I just hit my face with the microphone. So I'm still working on how to battle that, but like I said, it gets better, and I will say having this podcast is like a bigger motivation because I stare at myself once a week nonstop. Now trying to make content for Instagram and TikTok. So knowing that my face is going to be present more, I think has kind of been like a helpful situation for me. So in the bathroom at night when I'm washing my face and doing whatever, like, okay, now remember you want to do this video for tomorrow, or remember you have to record in a couple days. Let's not do this. Let's not. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but microneedling is supposed to just help your skin heal and revive itself, and I've seen so many before and after photos and videos of like exactly what I'm looking for, because I have a lot, unfortunately, kind of like scarring on like my cheeks and my forehead. And again, this is like a vulnerable topic, but not like a sensitive topic. It's vulnerable because it upsets me and it makes me sad, and I don't know like how vocal I usually am about this, but it's not um like, oh my god, boo-hoo emotional for me, because I know it's something that realistically could be fixed and I've dealt with for like years and years and years. So I'm used to it at this point, but extremely self-conscious. Like I hate in pictures I can kind of see on my forehead sometimes, or like I said on my cheeks, and that just like pisses me the fuck off. So I'm looking for a place down here. I found two. I actually made a consultation for next Thursday, but I leave for Bonnaroo next Thursday, so I had to change that. And I just want to go in and like see, confirm that this is something, if I invest the money in, that would at least improve. I'm not saying I'm going to get one treatment done and I'm going to have glass ass skin, because even at my consultation in Port Huron, they told me it would probably take like 2 or 3 full treatments for my skin to look healed. So I'm not expecting miracles, but anything to help it out, anything to make it more even, more just help me feel less self-conscious when I'm doing my makeup, or sometimes in certain mirrors, which I don't know if you guys feel this way too, but I swear to God I look different in every mirror, in every iPhone, in every picture. Like I go to like I'm getting ready for work in the morning and I'm like, "Okay, you know what? It's a decent makeup day." I go into the bathroom at work and I'm like, "What fucking monster just took me over from the 10-minute drive from work to here? What actually just happened?" And then sometimes I go in like a store bathroom and I'm like, wow, my hair and makeup actually look better than I thought today. I'll go into a different store and I'm like, ew, what? Is this really what I saw in the other? So I don't know what to believe, but it's consistent throughout any mirror, in any phone, in any recording, that I just am self conscious about those areas. So definitely something I'm looking forward to taking more serious. Like I said, I did have that appointment scheduled in December and I really really just wanted to slap down the fucking money and do it, but then I moved, and as the same with the car situation in November, life got very helly, very hellish for a couple months, so kind of lost track of what I wanted to do for that. So That'll be that'll be a new task for me as well. Also this week was some pretty good Bonnaroo prep. I know a few of my friends on here have been to music festivals. If you've camped out at a music festival, I will take any and all suggestions. We will be camping all 4 nights. Obviously, I don't know, as if you would have camp. I don't know why I said that, but we will be camping and we've gotten some groceries on lock right now. Um Hannah got her tent from her parents. We'll be getting some fucking sleep stuff to be good in there. I do know I need to get a fan. But I have my outfits planned that I'm super excited for. I am making a poster. The mini microphones came in for the podcast, and I want to do like little segments where I want people to the poster's going to say secret for a shot, and I'm bringing like no, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to bring a good amount of alcohol into this event. And I'm going to have like little plastic throwaway shot glasses. And I'm going to see if I can get anyone to like share a secret on video for my podcast and I will give them a shot. Will anyone do it? Who knows? I'm figuring by like Saturday when we've all been drunk for 72 hours that maybe some people will. I don't know, but I'm hoping they do because I'm just hoping I get fun videos in general there. But I've got my sunscreen, I've got bug spray. When I go home this weekend, I have like a shit ton of stuff to bring back, lawn chairs. I do think I have a tapestry that I can bring back too to hang up. A couple of my outfit pieces are at home, but just really trying to lock in because I am a notorious last minute person. We leave at like super early before the crack of dawn on Thursday to drive down to Tennessee. And I guarantee you, Wednesday night at midnight is when a majority of my packing is going to happen. So I'm trying to be proactive this time. I have my food already set aside. I'll be making the poster tonight. I the outfits that I already have are in like a certain area of my closet, like already still hanging, like lined up. So I know to bring those. Um, the other things I mentioned, like sunscreen, bug spray, I'm grabbing when I go home too. So I'll kind of just slowly start on Sunday, really trying to get my shit together so that I'm not scramble packing Wednesday. Because what happens is I either A, forget something, or B, I end up throwing shit into my bag that really isn't useful. And then I get really pissed off when I go somewhere that I have nothing that I need, or like no outfit ended up turning out the way I wanted it to. So, oh, and I'm very, 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 very excited for my special Crafts by Keldon outfit. I will be having a full photo shoot for that one. Um, but just kind of overall, I need to lock in planning better for that. I had to order like a cordless straightener as well. Like a battery. What is that called? Battery pack? What the fuck am I trying to say? Rechargeable battery? Travel battery? This is pissing me off. What is it called? Portable charger. Portable charger. That is ordered as well. But like I said, if you've been camping out at a music festival in general, I will take any tips on, but my festival campers, I need some tips and some advice that you've experienced that's worked for you or not worked for you or things you think that are necessary, not necessary, whatever it may be. A mirror. I also need a mirror to do my makeup. But yeah, this was my random talk episode. We kind of only got through a couple things. I kind of felt like I had a lot to say and I only fit a couple things in, which happens. I like watch the time as I'm recording this on my phone. And what I think is going to be like a 12-minute podcast episode, like right now, already over 30 minutes. And time just goes by so much faster when I talk than I think it does. So I do hope you enjoyed my random thought episode of kind of a collection of random topics, but still yet somehow kind of relating to mental health, which is a main priority of my podcast. But I hope you all have a good weekend, a fun weekend, a safe weekend. I'm excited to go home. back to Michigan, back to see the parents and my other family for the grad party, and then really just locking in for Bonnaroo next week. I don't know how I'm going to work out that episode because we leave early Thursday. So I'm going to schedule the Spotify one Wednesday that'll be released Thursday, but you might get the YouTube video earlier by it being posted Wednesday night because I don't think I figured out how to schedule when a YouTube video posts. I don't know if you can. So stay tuned on that. But per usual, like, comment, subscribe. Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, here on YouTube, whatever your means, whatever you're able to give, whatever support you're able to show. I love and appreciate. I love all you guys. Like I said, have a good weekend, fun weekend, safe weekend. And I will see you here, same time, same place, same energy next week.